to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country, and of those whose interest thou hast committed to our church.
This is the first legislative questioning session in the second ordinary session of the National Assembly, bringing cabinet ministers to respond to questions from deputies in connection to the aligned ministries. First to climb the podium was the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dauda Jallow, who was asked to provide answers on the current status of the draft constitution by the NAM for Banjul North, Modu Lamin Ba, and progress in the implementation of the Never Again Memorial Arch, which is said to be inscripted with the names of victims of former President Yahya Jammeh.
Given that there is consensus on most of the provisions of the draft constitution, the issue that has arisen now is how the amendments of the consensus issues should be carried out. The two options circulated at the moment is for either the Ministry of Justice to update the draft before sending it to the National Assembly, or for the draft to be sent to the National Assembly in its current form and subsequently be updated at the level of the House. IDEA has secured funding to commence the process of reviving the draft. However, one of the condition precedent is for them to set up a country office. That process is currently in the final stages, and we are confident that the work of reviving the draft constitution will begin in earnest by the end of this quarter.
The Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mamadou Tangara, came next. Questions for him centered on the financial constraints confronting foreign embassies and the running of fully fledged embassies by the Gambia government, particularly the 3 new embassies in Sweden, Germany, and Japan.
The full cost of running a fully fledged embassy is $75,010,880. The breakdown is as follows: PE personnel emoluments, $50,802,080, and other charges, $24,208,060. Please be informed that the ministry is yet to open the 3 new embassies approved by this August Assembly due to limited resources, but be rest assured it will be opened during the course of the year.
The Defense Minister responded to questions over plans to control the usual attack by armed robbers, updates on probes into the killings of Haruna Jatta in 2017 by Senegalese forces stationed in Kanilai during a peaceful demonstration, and removal of the economic forces in Fonyi.
Honorable Speaker, we are very much concerned as a ministry about the level of insecurity in some parts of the country. Regarding the unfortunate armed robbery in Wasu and Guntang, as well as in Dungukebe and also Laminkoto, I would like to inform the Honorable Member that the Gambia Armed Forces have deployed new subunits in areas where such attacks were frequent to support the Gambia Police Force.
Transport, Works and Infrastructure Minister, Honorable Ibrahim Silla, was questioned on the current status of the Bundung Road project and safety measures in place by contractors to cover potholes as the rainy season approaches.
I just want to know whether there was any feasibility studies by engaging NAWEC and GAMTEL before the commencement of the project, because the project started on the 26th October to date. So, and the progress of the work is very slow.
For the Bundung Road, even if the feasibility studies were done, what we have discovered actually is that the services that are impeding the progress of the work, for example, the NAWEC electricity cables that cuts across from one end of the road to the other. NAWEC itself does not have the designs of they don't have the topography of the designs of their infrastructure. So you will be working on, that's why you will see contractors working on the roads, and then they will cut the cables. There will be no water and electricity for a whole day, or the GAMTEL cables, you will see them cut. Because the service providers of these services don't actually have the layout maps of where their cables are laid.
Several NAMs came up with concerns in their constituencies, ranging from plans to revitalize the Kuntawood ferry services that connects Nyani and Nyamina, and the amount of revenue realized from the Senegambia and Basse bridges from January 2022 to December 2022, as well as delays in OIC road projects. The Honorable Minister for Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, Rohijon Manjang, was asked about the progress in the water proposed canal project from Abuko to London Corner and Kotu Stream.
Since I took over as the minister, I've engaged several interested parties on this waste to energy and other related waste management techniques or investment interests. But again, when we further dwell onto the feasibility of this as per the investment portfolio, we only notice that the capacity of the waste available in the country is too small to sustain such kinds of. The West Africa Coastal Resilience Project, WACA, that is the $45 million from the World Bank to be implemented by my ministry, has already been officially launched. And it's a 5-year project. In the next 2 years, coming to the 5 years, we expect to run down through the implementation successfully.
Sit-ins continue. For the news, I am Isatou Jatta Gassama.